Hello there, Libra, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be doing your mid-February reading. So this will be good from now until mid-March. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. Okay, so let's get into yours. Brown Bear Spirit, take time out. Okay, so, that's a little bit of hermit energy, hangman energy. This, this feeling that you need to step away from a relationship or situation and just like take time out so that you can gain a different perspective of this. Roots of abundance. That's has to do with your root chakra. Which really has to do with your worth as a person. I feel like there is something here about trying to regain a new, more evolved perspective of your worth, of why you are here, of what you bring, into this world. The abundance of gifts and talents that you have that you can share with the world. It's as if you, I'm getting this sense where you may have gotten tied up with thinking that your value had something to do with how much money you make, or something like that. Instead of perhaps seeing the abundance of gifts and talents that you have, of the light that you have that you can share with the world, your love, your compassion, your joy, your happiness, your playfulness, your peacemaker abilities. Yeah, let's see what we have here. Soulmates. I feel as if you got sidetracked. There is this energy of being sidetracked, and we're going to go to the tarot. We'll get more details. I have this sense of being sidetracked. You may have had a deep soul connection. You may be separated from this person. I feel like either you or the person that you're dealing with got sidetracked, was chasing after something that wasn't really in alignment with either who they were or like who you were. I'm getting, like the get rich scheme. I'm not saying that you did that, Libra, because I feel like this is like a soul contract type of energy, perhaps twin flame. But, you could have been in this relationship and then the entire relationship got sidetracked because maybe you were chasing material abundance, okay? And getting more kind of caught up in the material part of what the two of you could create together, or one of you got more caught up in that than the other. And it sidetracked the relationship because there was this focus on something that wasn't really at the root of who you are and who this other person is. And, that can so easily happen. We live in a 3D world, right? But it's as if there's a need to take time out, perhaps from this person, okay? Maybe you need to take time out from this person in order to get more back in alignment with who you truly are, your root chakra, like to do some work on your root chakra. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles is on the bottom. To me, this is like mending energy, like mending something with the root chakra. And you could have had a painful ending from this with this person because they needed to do a work on their root chakra. And your root chakra is the base of all the chakras, right? It's who you are, you know, and a lot of it has to do with childhood, your the roots of who you come from. Think of it that way. And, getting better in alignment with their values or your values, something like that. It's the survival. What do you really need for survival? So let's see what, Three of Cups. Wow, this has been coming out so much. And in this position, there's something in the energies. This is an energy of, celebrating, but perhaps over celebrating. And I really just get this sense that there is a situation here. And once again, Libra, it could be you, but I feel like it's a person that you're dealing with is just like over celebrating, over celebrating abundantly, spending a lot of money, perhaps, over drinking. There's this sense of escapism. It's like, take a time out, take a look at what is going on in, either in a connection or with somebody that you're dealing with. Yeah, look at area of resistance. This just popped out, flew out. There's a true love connection here. There's a true love connection. But with the Three of Cups, there's something that is, coming between the two of you. It could be a third party. It could be overindulgence of, alcohol or something like that, self-medication, It could just be a habit, just like watching too much television or not exercising or eating junk food all the time. It could be a third party, but there's I just keep coming back to this. Like there's some issue here that is coming in, that is keeping the two of you from being together. The Lover's card is Gemini, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, but you don't have to be. It's this, we have the Soulmate card here. Advice, moving on. I feel like there's a need for communication. The Six of Swords is about communicating. Also, we're going to clarify this. And then Queen of Cups, so that you can step into loving yourself. Seven of Swords. Okay, the Seven of Swords in this deck, yeah. Holding yourself back from true love. I feel like you're holding back how you really feel in this situation. With the Six of Swords, I feel like you may... I'm not saying you have to talk to this person. I feel like a lot of you may be separated from this person. I'm not saying you have to talk to this person, but there's this energy of communicating to yourself how you feel about this situation. That you are ready to move on from it. Really interesting. I'm saying this because this is Gemini energy. If you are dealing with a Gemini had a very emotional reading. So you may want to look at that if you have Gemini, a lot of Gemini in your chart or something like that, because I keep coming back to the Gemini part of this. High Priestess, listening to your intuition about how to move forward. You're wanting to heal. You're wanting to move away from this third party type of energy. It's just causing you a lot of pain. There is somebody, I feel like there's an outside influence that is affecting your relationship. Like there's, I feel like a lot of you want to reconnect with this person, want to rekindle. I get a sense of rekindling this, but it's like you have to eliminate this, move on from this. Taurus had a very similar reading. If you have Taurus in your chart or dealing with a Taurus, Very interesting. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles. This has taken some time. A lot of time to overcome this broken heart, because it is such a deep soul connection. Yeah, and at this crossroads of, am I going to allow this to hold me back anymore? Or am I going to go ahead and admit to myself that this is over and move on, so that I can really start loving myself? I think whatever happened in this connection really, it has something to do with, putting your power in this past connection, and it's causing you a lot of mental anguish, regret. It's a deep soul connection. It's this energy of, I don't want to move on, giving your energy, giving your control to this past situation that is, just really, I feel like for some of you, there's a lot of regrets about what happened in this situation, whether, you have regrets about what your part in it, or have regrets for making choices to be with this person or whatever. There's a lot of regrets here about this. And it's about, I feel like this is the key, is to looking at why you are feeling regret. This is also guilt and shame. Like, I feel like you may have some guilt and shame about giving your power to this person, however that may play out. You could be sitting there saying, yeah, but I really love them. But there's something about regrets, about there was a power, I really get a sense that there was a power indifference in this situation. And it's this energy of having, not being able to move on from that, not perhaps understanding why. Okay, for some of you, I'm getting this message, going back to this, whatever this Three of Cups stands for. So this is, self-medicating with alcohol or bad habits, an actual third party, whatever this situation is. There's some regrets, guilt, shame. I think, maybe for you and for the other person, about how this interfered in this relationship. But there's this energy of focusing too much on the guilt, the shame, the regrets, and not focusing so much on why this happened. Does that make sense? Like, kind of like focusing on the, oh, I can't believe that this happened type of energy. Whether this is yours or theirs, or both of you. Like, focusing too much on, oh, I can't believe that happened, how painful that is, I have these guilts, this shame about, participating in this, right? Or participating in a relationship that had this energy in it, right? And instead of saying, okay, what can I learn from this situation? Or why did a situation happen, so that I can find the lesson, the pattern that I need to break, right? And it's like, once you shift your energy from, it's, shifting your mind's energy, moving on from this energy of focusing on the pain of the situation instead of focusing on what information can I take away from this situation, the lesson. You know, so for instance, you know, say the person that you were involved with had was an alcoholic, okay? And you may have, you know, you may be kind of like, oh, you know, they're drinking, ended our relationship. It, you know, caused us financial ruin. You know, staying in that energy, and instead of taking a look at how it's not. I'm trying to say this. It's kind of like taking a look at, okay, this person is an alcoholic. You know, what lessons can I learn from that about and moving forward? You know, like they used alcohol to help self-medicate their pain from childhood, right? Or their inability to deal with the stress of everyday life, right? Or their inability to, you know, be open and honest in our relationship. There's taking a look at how the substance abuse or whatever this is affected your relationship, because there's some lesson there, right? There is some lesson, some wisdom, even if this isn't you having the drinking issue, right? You were in a relationship with a person that had a drinking issue. And it's about you learning the lesson about how, you know, that their issues, perhaps from childhood, also affected your relationship. And taking a look at, okay, so how if I were to replay that out, what changes could I make? And instead of like, yeah, because this is kind of blocking you from being able to move forward. I am not, I'm not being clear, and I feel bad. It's, okay, I'm going to go to the advice. Let's clarify this and maybe it'll come out better. I feel as if I'm not giving you the clarity that you need here. Yes, blocking your own victory, because you're tied up in the pain of what happened instead of the wisdom of overcoming this. Look, you know, you have the wisdom, the victory of this is tied up, is right in the middle of two of the most difficult energies in the deck. The Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords. You know, sleepless nights, not being able to move forward, not being able to even articulate. It's so interesting because I feel like I can't even articulate the advice that I'm supposed to be giving you. That is a clue. Okay, that is a clue. You cannot articulate why this was so painful. Oh my gosh. Thank you, angels. Yeah, you are having a hard time being able to articulate why this was so difficult. So, because all you're doing is concentrating on the pain of the situation, on the power that this situation played on you, right? And you're in the emotional part of it, but it's about taking a step, using your intellect, your logic, to take a look at and get clear with yourself about why this was so painful. This is difficult. This is difficult because I can be I get like a tightening in my heart. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to look at that. It's easier to just sit in this energy of what this person did to me instead of me looking at why this was so painful for myself. And that's why you need this time out. It's about taking this time out so that you can get to the root to the root of why this was so painful. And I really do feel like, for some of you, you may need, I don't know, you may need to talk to somebody. I'm getting this sense of communicating, to a counselor or a therapist, a really good friend that isn't involved in this, that is going to give you an unbiased. You need unbiased opinion. I feel like there could be even people around you that are like, yeah, Libra, they did a number on you. That's that energy is not helping. What you need now is to get clarity about how it has affected you. Why is this so painful? Yeah, because once you do, look at this, you can love yourself. You can love yourself for all of you, because we all, Libra, we all play a part. When we stay in a toxic situation, when we allow somebody around us to drink too much and we don't have that conversation with them, right? Or, they have an affair and then we just forgive and forget and move on, right? With them. We can't, we allow them to come back. There is something about, okay, I allowed that. Why did I allow that? Why did I not end it when that situation came up? And I'm not saying we always have to end a relationship. I think there is a lot of progress and growth done when we do go in and look deeply at the root cause of situations that we have in our life and then try to heal them, right? So it's kind of like, okay, your healing cannot happen until you get to the root cause of why you stayed in this relationship or your part in the relationship. Because, even if it's a little sliver, you played a part in this. Oh my gosh, this is such lovely energy. This is the breakthrough that you have been waiting for. This is the thing that is going to inspire you to and the clarity to break out of this. If you're feeling discontented with your life, like you may say, oh, I'm not really that sad, but you're discontented. You're not moving on. You don't have clarity and inspiration for where you are going next. Well, when you do this deep dive, guess what? You find your love for yourself again. You're understanding just why you played your part in this. And oh my gosh, look at this. The sun comes out. You're shining your light on your own light. You're joyful. You're happy. You're seeking your 9 of Cups. You're like, yes, I'm going after this. I'm not staying in this 4 of Cups energy anymore, waiting for good things to come to me. I'm going to go out and get them. I see the clarity now about what it is I want in life. And then the 4 of Pentacles, building a strong, stable life for yourself. Oh my gosh, Libra. I am going to pull a soul truth card for you. I'm not doing it for all the signs, but I feel like there might be a special message there for you. But let's get this first. Let's see. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. I feel like that is it. Like you're dwelling right now on what this person did to you instead of stepping into your truth of how you played a part in this. And Libra, I know this is difficult. This is a difficult energy, a difficult message. So be gentle with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. When we don't want to look at our truth, it's really because we're just trying to protect ourselves. But it's kind of like you have to look under the bed. When you were a kid and you climb into bed and you were just positive that there was a monster underneath the bed that was going to come out and eat you alive. Well, that's where you are. You're afraid to look under the bed at the fear monster laying underneath your bed. You don't want to look at that because it's easier to say somebody else did something to you than it is to say, okay, I'm going to look at why I don't want to look at the fear monster. That's what it is. It's like you're the little kid in bed and you don't want to get out of bed to look underneath the bed at the fear monster. It's like you have to first get the energy, the oomph behind you to throw the covers off and just get out of the bed. And then you can look at the fear monster, right? It's almost like a two-step process. Yeah, I am letting fear stop me. Okay, are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. So here's your soul action. Today, be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero. So that is who you will become. You're not going to wait anymore for somebody to save you. You're going to face this fear head on. And you know, I think it's interesting. Choose one fear and move through it. Today, your fear that you need to kind of move through is just getting out of the bed. The next fear will be actually looking underneath the bed, you know, but it's kind of like just taking one step to move through this. This is difficult energy. I'm going to put that up there one more time so maybe you can, you know, stop the video and then read it for yourself. I'll try to hold it as still as I can. But, you know, Libra, I feel like that is it. Understanding that when you look at the fear, when you communicate this fear, just even to yourself, okay? That, okay, yeah, it's a dark cloud. Whatever happened here was a dark cloud. The fear is bigger right now than the silver lining that's around it. And it's almost like it's a big balloon, and you got to take the pin and pop the balloon of fear, so that you can, you know, it's like you have to first take a look at what the fear is, and then you can go deeper into why you have the fear. It's like right now, I feel like you just don't even know what the fear is. That's your first step, right? Is just recognizing what fear is it. You know, and it has something to do with your root chakra, I think. You know, a fear of abandonment, a fear of neglect, a fear of, you know, rejection. There's some fear there that you need to take a time out from, right? So that you can heal this. Take a really good look at it and heal it. And Libra, I really do, you know, I really do think, you know, this is going to be a difficult process for you. To be gentle with yourself, to be compassionate with yourself, to understand that this is, you know, going to be a somewhat of a difficult journey. You know, the Six of Swords is you're moving from turbulent waters into calmer waters, but sometimes, you know, we have to move through those choppy waters in order to get to the calmer waters. I went deep sea fishing once, and once was enough, but it was this energy. I did it with my dad. He loved to deep sea fish. But, you know, you leave the harbor and the waters in the harbor are kind of calm, right? And then you get into like the breakers. You have to go through the breakers to get to the deeper water. And I remember going through those breakers and thinking, is this ever going to end? And then all of a sudden you're past the breakers and the sea is calmer again, right? And I feel like you're kind of in the harbor. You know, you're looking at the breakers, but you're trying to find another route. You don't want to go directly through the breakers, but it's like time. I think the universe is saying, no, just head straight into the breakers. Just get out of the bed and look at the fear monster underneath the bed. Get through the breakers because they don't last that long. And beyond that is the calmer sea where you will find the riches of the sea. Really lovely. All right, Libra, I am really wishing you much love and light. I'm sending you lots of extra love and prayers and hugs as you're going through this. And if you did resonate with the message. I would really love to hear how this might resonate with you in the comments below, or please consider liking or subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Be gentle and take good care of yourself, Libra. Bye for now.